want to be remembered, and I thought his answer, of course, was just perfect. He goes, I want to be remembered as being a good teammate, respected by all the coaches and my peers. I want everybody to know I love the game of football.
And the Denver Broncos have taken Super Bowl 50.
Dear Broncos and
Hello
no BS.
again, Broncos country.
Welcome
Really
to
excited
Dear
to chop up some
Broncos
Broncos.
Orange Weekly. No politics, just football.
Rockin' on since an early age. Not since 97, I ain't miss a game. Came up with TD and Rod Smith. I was riding with the team when they got the chip. Before the Chevrolets and the Lobster. I remember Elway's helicopter. I'm telling you, that man was a monster. Way before he had his hands on a roster. He turned the Broncos to a powerhouse. So you know I got a shout out to Johnny Elway. He important, man. He the reason that I'm always rocking on his man. Always gotta rock orange, that's the sound.
Broncos country, what is up? My name is Kev Dan, and you are watching yet another episode of Bourbon Broncos No BS on Orange Weekly. Guys, this is our off-season update. The Combine just wrapped up. Free agency is a couple weeks away. Rumors are starting to fly all over the place because there's nothing else to do on off-season other than spread a ton of rumors to get people riled up. Well, if you're me or any of us here at Orange Weekly, we're always riled up about the Broncos. And so, yeah, we are here to talk to you guys. Really quickly, though, before we start diving into it, answering your comments, questions, bring on a ordinary guest and then a special guest, if you will. I'll let you guys figure out who's who. Ayla is joining us for the first time ever, newest member of Orange Weekly. How you doing, Ayla?
Hey guys, go Broncos.
Heck yes. And then we got David. I don't know. You guys can decide who the special guest is.
Now, I'm just going to go ahead and say that obviously Ayla is the special guest, but I would reject the notion that I'm an ordinary guest. I don't know where that comes from. And if my efforts around here are appreciated as ordinary, then I guess that we need to have some conversations after the show, Kev. That's something we're going to have to take off.
I shouldn't have said ordinary, more like regular. Regular.
That was see. That's regular's a little better. But yeah, no, ordinary. That word choice was poor. poor. And so we're 30 seconds into the show, and already you've made an enormous mistake. So now we get to dig our way out of that one. Go Broncos. How's everybody in Broncos country doing tonight? Really happy to have you guys.
We got Shane in here. Red Cloud, how you doing? Victor, Keith, how you guys doing? Guys, post your comments, questions. Hit that share button for us. If you've seen our shows before, if you like what you're seeing and you really want to help out, go rate us on Facebook, on Instagram. You can follow our podcast on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. So go rate us there. Check us out. And before we get too much further than that, let's start talking some Broncos, guys. So Red Cloud says, all I got to say is Jalen Hurts. Ha, ha, ha. So I don't know what about Jalen Hurts. Any ideas?
I can only assume that he is jokingly
I'm hoping so.
referring to the idea that the Broncos might draft Jalen Hurts to play quarterback.
I'm hoping so.
Which I, don't really see as a reality. So good one. What my final comment to that? Yeah.
Victor, what's up? Kev Dan, what's up? Victor, hey guys, what's up? Victor, leave her on. Only she is better looking than you two. Oh well, there it is. Ayla, you might as well just take over Orange Weekly now. You can be the.
Wait until you guys hear talk football. That's really going to be something that's it's going to blow you guys away.
So let's start with that, Ayla. So a lot of off-season moves so far between front office shakeups and rumors, and kind of what's going on with the draft not too far away. So what are some of your thoughts on anything you've seen from this off-season so far, and kind of where you think it's putting us right now?
Well, I'd have to say that off-season is definitely not my favorite, just because one, we're so far away from football, and two, it's a lot of hearsay. But definitely not looking too great with, most likely going to lose Chris Harris Jr., Strap Harris. And he'll probably be out of here. So we definitely need to find a new CB1, lock it down. But then we also need to look into a lot of these defensive line. Seems like we're going to have to find that too. The other Harris, Shelby Harris, probably out. Everybody's chasing the money. And then as far as the combine goes, honestly, I didn't watch too much of it, but
Same here.
Wide receiver, got to make that happen. I don't expect Sutton to carry us, so lots to come together. But we got a lot of money. I think we're gonna have over 60 million cap. We got to get rid of Flacco's contract, right? So lots going to happen, and it's going to be fun to watch. I mean, I trust the experts more than me, but at least we got money to work with this year, which is great.
Yeah, I think it's right at 70 million now. Ron Leary's contract option was not picked up, and I know some of the things I've heard going around, David, is we're going to plan on building our offense through the draft, and then our defense through free agency. Do you think that's the right kind of approach to take to it all, or would you like to see some focus youth on the defensive side as well?
Well, for now, I think that's an all right philosophy to pursue. Just because especially there are going to be free agents out there who are going to be a better fit for a complicated Fangio defense than rookies who you're going to ask to come in and play a big role right away. This is a team that has, for the last several years, wanted to build through that defense, really be a defensive first team. And I think it's a little bit easier to do that when you've got the returning veterans that you're going to be bringing back, like Von Miller, like Justin Simmons, like Bradley Chubb, who we're expecting to come back off of injury, like Kareem Jackson. And then hopefully if you can add, and I know I'm starting a whole thing with this, but if you can add Bryce Callahan back in there healthy and pick up some more guys, Prince Amukamara is a name that, getting into free agency a little bit, that you don't necessarily expect to play CB1, but really could be a nice second or third corner in a defense like this one. If you go out and get a guy like Darius Slay or Byron Jones, who have both been names that have been connected to the Broncos and would fit really well in this kind of zone Fangio secondary that we've been running out there. Again, like Ayla said, though, you've also got to look at the defensive line. One name I've recently heard the Broncos connected to there as far as a free agent is DJ Reader, who's going to be Houston Texans' big run-stuffing nose tackle. Kind of a rare position in the NFL these days, but a guy who, again, there's a real good scheme fit in the Fangio defense there. So you're going to have to get some more guys. I don't know if Derek Wolf or Shelby Harris, either, both. At this point, we don't know. Another thing Ayla said that I really liked was it's lying season in the NFL right now. We have no idea what's the truth and who's telling it to us and why they're telling it to us, or if they're telling it to us. So, it's just something that's going to have to bear watching. I really do like the idea of adding more offensive pieces, kind of a youth movement there. You've got a young quarterback, you've got young running backs, skill position people there, especially if you're going to add a young offensive lineman, blue chip talent there. I think that makes a lot of sense to build the team that way too. So I like that off-season scheme, but you've got to rely on the coaching staff to bring that together, and you've got a veteran coaching staff in place. Let's just see how it goes moving forward.
Yeah, and Red Cloud, I'll get to your comment here in a second. Gregory says, Prince is too old now. So Ayla, any thoughts on what you might know about Prince, or kind of where you think he falls into the Broncos picture?
He's getting older, but he's not that old, and he's familiar with Vic Fangio. So, bringing him in on that line might be an easy fit. Plus, we might not have to pay that much for him, which would be great.
Yeah, that's really if you can get him on a cheap deal, and like Ayla, I don't think, like Ayla said, he's going to be very expensive. If you can get him to play a role in your defense without necessarily counting on him every down, I just think he's still a really good player for that kind of role on this defense.
Yeah, because, it's great to have somebody, first off, who's amazing in your CB1 spot, but you got to also build that depth behind them, too.
Mm-hmm. And we saw that last year. We saw the lack of depth in that secondary, and it really hurt the team going down the stretch.
Yeah.
Let's see. Completely agree. I think just getting that depth across the board is pretty important for us. But speaking of youth, especially in the wide receiver position, Red Cloud asked the question I thought we were going to get right off the bat of the show. What do we think about the wideout Henry Ruggs? He's fast, great route running. I know we talked about it before the show, David and Ayla, but before kind of rehash what we said earlier, let's say we're at number 15 and either Ruggs is there or Ruggs isn't. You trade down if Ruggs isn't there, and obviously got to get Ruggs if he is there.
See, and that's the thing about this draft to me is there are so many things that could happen. And if there's a quarterback run at the top of the draft, if teams are trading up for guys like Justin Herbert and for guys like Tua Tagovailoa, it could go a ton of different ways. Jordan Love has been a guy who I've heard, after the combine getting top 10 pick buzz, just because he has, that potential. I've heard too many people compare him to Patrick Mahomes not to think it's outside the realm of possibility that some team is just going to go up and get him based on that arm talent. So right now, it's the kind of thing where somebody who's super, super talented and who you didn't think was going to be there at number 15 is probably going to be there for the Broncos. And I said to you guys on the show before we started, if that guy's Henry Ruggs, you run your card up to the table. You don't walk. He is a great route runner. He is good catching the ball, and he is fast. He's Tyreek Hill fast. Yeah, he's Tyreek Hill fast. And if you can get a guy like that on your offense, as much as and as many bad things as we can say about Tyreek Hill, and he deserves them all, he's a guy that changes your offense and changes the way that defenses plan for your offense and what you can do. And to add a piece like that to a young offense like this is too good of an opportunity to pass up. I know this is a deep draft at wide receiver, but that's a talent that you cannot pass on, in my opinion, if he's there at number 15.
So Ayla, I'll twist it up with this. I think obviously, especially with Ruggs there at 15, if he is there, that's who we want to get. But what do you think is the most, the other needed area that we need a player in? So second round, here we are. What would you like us to see? Who would you like to see go after? What position?
I think we need to do defensive line. I think bringing a young guy in there. I think signing a veteran is great, but we also need, bringing a young guy in too. It looked like there was a few of them that the Broncos have already met with, so they're probably thinking about it as well. It's going to come up. As far as who, to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure. I have to look down the list and check into them, but I think that's something that we definitely need to address. Or even an offensive lineman. I mean, We need to protect our brand new shiny quarterback coming up. I know he can move through the pocket, but let's try and give the kid a break and give him some protection as well.
So no one's talked about it this offseason, but is there a scenario either one of you see playing out where Garrett Bowles is not a starter on the Broncos? Are we going to go and find somebody to look, let's be honest. Let's be honest.
Elway likes him.
I could go out there and play maybe just a little worse, but with 0 holding penalties. All you gotta do is suit me up. I'll stand there like this with my arms in the air, and they can run around me, and I might stand in front of them a little bit more, but I won't get a holding penalty.
That would really be entertaining for me to see, just
Right?
because you would be destroyed on a play-by-play basis.
But I won't get a holding penalty.
Sure, but I mean, you'd last about 3 plays.
But I won't get a holding penalty.
So, I mean, Garrett Bowles can go 3 plays without getting a holding penalty. Maybe not 4, but 3. And so, at best, you're a 1-series replacement for the guy. All I'm saying is think about your life, Kevin. Think about your life after these 3 plays and what you want that to be like.
Or just have really good life insurance.
Right. Yeah, one or the other. Yeah. It really depends to me on how the draft falls, doesn't it? Like, so if Henry, say now there's a scenario where Henry Ruggs is not there at 15, he gets snapped up in the top 10. Like I said, somebody's going to fall. And what if it's a guy like Tristan Wirfs, who, there were questions about him coming into the combine about whether he was going to play tackle or guard, be better at which position in the NFL. And then he comes in and totally nails the combine, totally nails the speed and agility. His arm measurement is what you want to see for an NFL level tackle. And suddenly he's shooting up draft boards. What if he's a guy that's there and you got to take him? It's another one of those scenarios where at 15, you're in a good position because it's a deep draft and you can go and get somebody at a position of need who's going to be a really good talent.
Yeah. I mean, I think that would be a smart move on their part.
Yeah.
As far as Bowles go, I like to say that he's like my ex-boyfriend before I met my husband. He was pretty good, but he wasn't worth waiting around to see if he'd get any better.
Yeah,
fair enough.
I like it.
Yeah.
We got some silly rumors, and John says, dude, you'll allow sacks. It's way worse than holding penalties. John, obviously, I'm not going to go out there. If they offered it to me, sure, whatever. I'd go out there for a series and make, $10,000, $20,000, whatever.
Oh yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're gonna pay you to get their quarterback killed, Kevin.
There you go.
Yeah, that sounds realistic.
Let's see, but we got some silly rumors. What do you think about us going after Brady? And I don't even like bringing it up. What do you guys think?
Until I hear somebody who is actually, in any way related to the sports writing profession say the Broncos have an interest in Tom Brady, I'm not going to discuss it any further.
Fair.
Yeah.
Better than I could have said.
I'm not even going to say his name.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It. Let's see here. We got Randy says, in my opinion, I think Derek Wolfe needs to retire. So Derek Wolfe has had a lot of injuries over the past couple of years. Between, I think he's had neck, and then he had a dislocated elbow this last year at the end of the season. And when he's out there, he plays, pretty well and pretty consistent. It's just all those injuries that keep popping up. So if you guys were John Elway and sitting there trying to make a decision, do we pay Derek Wolfe or not? What do you guys think?
I think he's worth keeping around because he's gonna be cheap. He's good with the team. He's got veteran status now. I don't expect him to stay healthy, but that's why he would be cheap. He doesn't expect to be paid all. He's not leaving, going looking for top dollar. He knows that, but I don't know. He's experienced with our team, which I definitely like. And when he is on, dude's a beast. I mean,
it's hard to have. It's hard not to have him. To me, it would be a worse team without Derek Wolfe on it. Now, how much do you pay? Because it's not going to be a significantly worse team without Derek Wolfe on it, and because you're not going to have a season's worth of production from the guy. So I saw the comment over here. Randy said, in my opinion, Derek Wolfe needs to retire. I wouldn't be sad if Derek Wolfe retired. The guy, I'm sure, hurts all the time and has given quite a bit to this team and is, like you guys said, really effective when he's on the field. But it just, the dollar signs to me are really at the end of the tunnel for that one. Like, there's going to be guys out there in free agency who you can go and get that can give you Derek Wolfe-like production. Would you rather have him back because he knows the system and because you know what he can do for you? Absolutely. I would love to see Derek Wolfe come back. That's why I want us to re-sign all our free agents, including Chris Harris and Shelby Harris. But, and I think Derek Wolfe is probably one of the more realistic guys as far as the list of free agents who are going to could go elsewhere. I think Derek Wolfe is probably the most likely to come back. It just depends on the money for me.
Hey guys, just a quick reminder, my name is Kev Dan. I'm here with David and Ayla here on Bourbon Broncos No BS. If you haven't yet grabbed that drink, kick back, relax. You can have bourbon, booze, beer, whiskey, whatever you want. Wine even if you want. I don't care. But enjoy that drink with us. Post some comments, post some questions. Guys, remember, you can check us out on Twitter at Orange Weekly. We got an Instagram at Orange Weekly as well. If you really want to help us out, guys, go give us a review on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere on our podcast pages. That'd help us out a ton. We really appreciate all your support. We do this show for you guys. Look, otherwise, we're just going to be talking Broncos amongst ourselves every day like we already do. And so we're here to, chat with you guys some and kind of, get the Bronco country together and whatnot and keep going from there. So appreciate all you guys tuning in. Hit that share button for me. I really appreciate it. Let's see. We got some more stuff going on here. Trying to go backwards a little bit.
Well, and this is
Chemistry
a
with
follow-on
Vaughn is
question.
priceless, what Victor says, so that's another reason for keeping Wolf. But yeah, David, what you got?
Well, Tyrona also gives a follow-on question of if Derek Wolfe goes, who do you go out and draft to kind of replace him? And that circles me back to a comment that Red Cloud made earlier about Ross Blacklock, who is a defensive lineman coming out of, I can't remember where he went to school. But yeah, absolutely. And he's a guy who had a really, really good combine, who the Broncos actually had one of their official combine visits with. So they've met with him. They clearly like what they saw from him, at least enough to go and see what kind of guy he is. So that would be a name that I think even, maybe if Derek Wolfe comes back and you're still looking for youth on the defensive line, maybe as a day 2 pick, that might be a name to kind of keep an eye on for the Broncos.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll admit, I did not know he was from TCU. Red Cloud posted that. That's the only reason I knew what school he was from. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to all that, like the college. I don't. So just want to throw that out there.
I think our viewers are at this point wise enough to know that you gleaned that information from somewhere, that you didn't just have that information on hand.
Maybe they did. They did.
They've been watching a while.
Hey, Ayla, one for you. So kind of got some of these other draft questions coming in and free agency stuff. But one thing that I think we haven't really talked about much yet. Gangarillo out. Pat Shurmur in. Good move, bad move? What do you expect from him?
I think it's a good move. I mean, I wasn't impressed with Scangarello's at the beginning of the season. It kind of seemed to gel a little bit more towards the end, and I don't know what that really came down to. But, I got to trust the system, and it seems like it came from the inside because it kind of blew everybody's mind. But I think, I'm always up for a change. I kind of trust them with what they're doing. So if they take a coaching staff out, it has to be something what's going on there. So I want to trust it. I like it, and we'll see where it goes with it.
David?
Yeah, and actually this week I heard Vic Fangio, when asked about the Scangarello situation, say something to the effect of, that's a long explanation to a short answer as to why that didn't work out. And so to me, that speaks to the fact that they did not get along on whatever the details are behind that is a relationship personally that was not working. And the guy who was in charge got to make the decision on who kept their job, and it was going to be him. So Scangarello out, Pat Shurmur, who I think, is kind of the Vic Fangio of offenses, just in that he has been around the league forever and is really well respected and is going to come in and do a solid job.
Look,
Yeah,
I think
the
go for it.
experience that we're coming in with. I mean, our coaching staff is just stacked with their years of experience. I was looking into that, and I love that. I think that's something that says a lot about it, and that they're all pulling together. I think it's going to be awesome.
That was one thing that was really going to be kind of tricky to pull off, was a first-year head coach with a first-year offensive coordinator who had never done that before. And that relationship, as we saw, just didn't work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much it was. Obviously, there was some relationship to all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we can look to his play calling. Every single game, there are a couple games where oh, it was a little better, and then the next game it'd just be out the window, So,
and to be honest, when you go back and watch the tape, some of those play designs that just don't work for whatever reason when you happen, they're really intriguing stuff. It's there's really cool Kyle Shanahan level of innovative stuff going on. Mm-hmm. It's just the players aren't executing it, and it's part of that falls on the players, but part of it falls on the coaching. And I think it's a little bit also just more of a statement on philosophy that Fangio just wants to be more aggressive on offense, just plain pure and simple.
Yeah, and there's a piece to being that coordinator role with, here's your previous experiences, here's what you've kind of grown up in. You go to a different team, you got to work to the player's strengths. Yeah, you can't just hey, this worked for the last team, it's going to work for you guys. No, that's not the case at all. I mean, the fact a big reason why the offense looked so much better under Drew Lock was because he was mobile. Mm. But all of the play calling, or a good portion of play calling when Flacco was still back there, was still, I think, designed in mind with a mobile quarterback. And it just really never evolved past that. And so you see Flacco getting sacked how many times in the Kansas City game? 6, 7 times. And some of that is on Flacco, but it just never seemed to game plan around the strength and weaknesses of our own players.
Yeah, it's something we'll just have to watch going forward. It's what we get all off season to wonder about,
Yeah. Yay. How many more months?
Yeah, right.
Ryan, how you doing? He says, Ryan says, my beard's looking better. I appreciate it. And Chris says, should we drop Joe Flacco? Now, I'll take that up to an earlier comment. Red Cloud says they may draft a quarterback, trade Flacco, and then Sherlock has a solid backup. We have a lot of space, so it'll be interesting. So, first off, my take on it, guys, is no one's going to want to trade for Joe Flacco. No one wants that. There is no team out there, including the Cleveland Browns, who are going to take this guy. No. And so the idea of drafting quarterback to give, Drew Lock another backup, intriguing, but I definitely have some thoughts on it. But you guys?
Well, and that's we've got another comment from Tyrone about that too, that Elway wants to bring in a veteran backup, which is a good point. He did just say that the other day during the combine, that he wants somebody to come in at, a veteran presence to back up Drew Lock. Tyrone put Nick Foles' name in the conversation, which would probably be a decent backup, but not at the price that you would take to pay him, just because the Jaguars paid him crazy money.
Right, and he's not going to be a backup.
No, he is. That's the thing. I think Gardner Minshew legitimately beat him out for that job, and it sounds like they're going to go forward with him. From what the Jaguars have been saying this week at the Combine, they're going to move forward probably with Gardner Minshew.
But do you think Nick Foles is going to stay there for the long run as a backup, or is he going to say, hey, you other teams know what I can do, I'm ready to leave and take over that role?
Yeah, but the problem is that there's crazy dead money if they cut him, just because that contract is so terrible, because he gambled on a starting quarterback and it didn't work out. The dead money's terrible if you cut him. The contract is terrible to the other team if you trade him. And so there's really not a great scenario for the Jaguars there as far as Nick Foles either keeping him or getting rid of him at this point. And that's kind of the risk you take when you pay a free agent quarterback big money and it just doesn't work out. So I do think they'll try and maybe, find a guy like Chase Daniel is a name that I would think might be there. even maybe, probably not Marcus Mariota. He'd probably go to a different team with a little bit more of a scheme fit for him. But that's kind of, Chase Daniel or a guy like that is kind of more along the lines of who I would look at as a backup option for the Broncos. I'm sorry. Drafting a guy is great, but you want to have at least one veteran guy who's got more than 1 year of experience in the room somewhere.
I see Tyrone brings up Teddy Bridgewater's. I don't know. I mean, that's a good name out there.
I like that name.
He might be a good fit, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I like watching that guy play. So
absolutely, I'd like that. Yeah, that'd be a pretty intriguing name. He went 5-0, 4-0 with the Saints, backing up Drew Brees this year. There's a lot of worse names out there.
Yeah, Tom Brady. Just kidding.
Tom Brady. That's all people are saying.
No, I would really be interested to see a comparison of the stats between Tom Brady and Teddy Bridgewater last year and see who performed better. I would bet they're probably not that far apart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like I really.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're definitely right. Ryan says, "Can Elway be backup?"
He probably has the arm strength, but I don't know if the decision making is there anymore.
But
ask me again after the draft.
There you go. Let's see. Gregor says the secondary is questionable just because we don't know who we have besides Bryce Callahan. We haven't seen him in action yet. You guys who have watched the show before all know how I feel about Bryce Callahan, so I'm not going to go there. So let's just talk about that of how much trouble is our secondary in and how much of a focus point does that need to be? Ayla,
I'll let you take that one first.
Well, we definitely, it seems like it needs to be addressed as well. But I think that's one thing that we can look for with cap money coming in. It's like we're going to be able to fill a lot of these holes that it seemed like we were just plugging along with last year. So, addressing the secondary, absolutely.
It's just one of those things where I like this with the money we have and this is the kind of money that it takes to rebuild the secondary. I think if you're looking for where the Broncos are going to spend the most money this offseason, that's going to be where. I would not be surprised if you saw 2 or 3 names. Like I would not be shocked if you saw Byron Jones come in on a big contract and you trade for Darius Slay and you pick up a guy like Prince Amukamara. I feel like that is the kind of move that John Elway is looking to. That's the kind of level of makeover that we could see in this secondary. I think that's really what this offseason is pointing towards.
I think so. Keith does reassure me that Bryce Callahan does exist, so I appreciate it. I'm not saying he doesn't exist. I'm just saying.
We did get a question about re-signing Justin Simmons earlier. I do want to address that.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good chance that it happens. You're going to have to reset the market basically and make him the highest paid safety in the NFL and just live with that because in a couple of years he won't be anymore anyway. But they have confirmed, I think Elway flatly stated at the Combine, if they can't get a long-term deal done with him, he will be franchise tagged this year. So at least 1 more year guaranteed of Justin Simmons in a Broncos uniform. And I do think they get something worked out long-term as well.
I think every person they've tagged is, tagged in recent has worked out to a long-term deal that year or the year after.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it being a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they want a guy, they keep him.
Yeah, he definitely brought up about the franchise tag for him, so he's not going anywhere this year. And definitely worth keeping around. That guy's a beast and fun to watch.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nathan says, if Denver does not re-sign Shelby, Harris, Derek Wolfe, do you see us possibly bringing in a big-name defensive lineman like Leonard Williams, Brockers, Stonehari? Hopefully build a nasty. So some of those guys, honestly, I don't even know. But
those are all guys. Dontari Poe at this point is a little bit older. If you were going to be putting him in the same category as a DJ Reader type, just as a guy who plays nose tackle primarily, I would definitely lean DJ Reader in that, especially because he's only 25 and just kind of entering his prime. But that's another area, along with the secondary, where you could see 2 or 3 names who Calais Campbell, I think, is a guy who's going to be a cap casualty for the Jaguars and almost signed here a couple of years ago. That might be a name we circle back to. So it's, another area where we might see 2 or 3 new starters.
Man, lots of comments coming in really fast, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ryan says, just so you know, I prefer your guys' podcast and others I have seen. So you're number 1. Well, Ryan and everyone else who's watching, you're number 1 to me. So.
And to me, you guys, I just want you all to know you're all my number 1s, and I appreciate it.
Big ups to all of you guys. We appreciate. I mean, putting up with us is one thing, but coming here and calling us your favorites, that means something.
Yeah. No, I like it. I appreciate it, guys. That's awesome. Let's see. Ryan, you're hilarious. John says, "See Campbell."
Yeah, Calais Campbell from the Jags. Yeah.
So, yeah, I know you're talking about him. That'd be.
Yeah.
Andrew. Andrew is watching, and he is not one of my favorite fans. So he knows.
Now he knows. And the rest of us know.
Yeah. Know. And Andrew, you have a newborn baby. Go take care of that.
Got him.
Let's see. We've had 100 messages today, so appreciate all of that. Okay, guys, so one of the other big news, we can come back to the draft stuff and free agency in a minute, but it's supposed to be announced this week, if not next week. Broncos will be playing a game in London as the away team against the Falcons. So I know that Fangio requested as part of this that the Broncos play an away game on the East Coast the week prior to that. What are your guys' thoughts on us playing in London? And I know it always makes those games kind of, toss up because of time change on the travel and everything. Thoughts?
Well, I definitely like, if it's going to happen, that we're the away team, because it's already an away game for both of them. So it doesn't feel like we're wasting one of those. And practicing it, he wants to practice for a week ahead of time there. So he's obviously putting forethought into it. It would make sense if they be a long travel, play on the East Coast, and then just go straight there, I'm assuming. So I think that would be a good tactic. I mean, that's thinking about it. If it's going to happen, best case scenario, being away team, playing a team that would be hard to play at home like Atlanta anyways. So, if it's going to happen, which I don't exactly love, it's kind of like best case of a worst case scenario.
Yeah, for sure. It's always kind of fun to wake up for those London games and be like, oh yeah, this isn't just something I woke up and turned on. It's an event. It was since I turned 30. I'll tell you what, I don't sleep in that much anymore. So waking up at 7 to watch a football game, it's like, all right, I've heard worse excuses to drink a beer at 8 o'clock in the morning. Like, that's all I'm trying to say.
Well, Ayla's experienced that before.
I lived in Hawaii for quite a while, so it was, part of the season you're up at 7, and part of the season you're up at 8 because they don't do daylight savings.
Oh,
and man, I had my beer and my shot and my French fries and hot sauce at 7 in the morning, and I didn't care what anybody says about it. It's like,
it's the football life. You got to live it, right?
And then go to the beach at noon, a little ham sauce. It was great.
That's fantastic. But yeah, I mean, from a fan standpoint, it's silver lining there at the very least. Hey, we can wake up at 5 a.m. and do a pre-show. How about that, boys? If that doesn't sound good to everybody who's watching here,
I didn't even think about that, David.
If this isn't the best way to lose us viewers, I don't know how to do it. Then,
David,
yeah, it's on.
Ayla, it'd be like 4 a.m. for Ayla. I just say we do it.
Oh yeah, and I am first to tell you that despite being the originator of this idea, will totally be like, no, I'm not doing that. Get the hell out of here.
Hey, I'll be the only one there. I'll just be in my Bronco onesie, with my Kahlua and my coffee. I don't care. I'll do it.
There you go.
Into it.
We'll peer pressure you into doing it, Dave.
Yeah, you probably will.
One of us. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah. So, go for it. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, what are we most looking forward to after the combine? What are you guys like? What's one thing that makes you get really excited as we move forward into the draft season?
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Ayla?
I think having a little bit more clarity of the direction that we're going, once free agency and combine and, that stuff is already happening and the ball's rolling, I think seeing the direction that our coaches and everything, the way the team is coming together, that's what gets me excited, especially for this year, getting some rebuilding going and whatnot. I see somebody brought up Chubb's name. I'm excited to see that guy come back. I think they were saying he should be good to go. I think he's missing OTAs, but he'll be in there after that. So that's exciting. I hope he can stay good. They're guessing he should be as good as new, rebuilding after an injury like that. So it was kind of sad that we didn't get him for that long, but so that kind of thing, feeling the real flow of the season coming. And the direction that we're going, I think that'll be my excitement builder.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm excited about some of these ideas I'm seeing. Ryan just says, let's get all shit-faced and talk on here. Ryan, what do you think I'm doing? What do you think I'm doing? Are you not drunk and talking with us? I mean, come on.
That 5 a.m.
yes.
Sunday morning show, that's when we have fan participation. You guys can call into that show. I'm just saying, if you want, you guys want to get closer to this process, this is your time. All right, this is your season.
Oh man. So I think we need to do that. The early morning show for the London game. We're also gonna get really drunk for that. It's gonna be a fun day.
Oh, so good.
So for me, I think, look, seeing the improvement this team made this last year, so it kind of ties into what Ayla was saying with having a direction. But it's kind of seeing some of these pieces, especially in the the really young guys, between Drew Lock and heck, Noah Fant. I mean, who expected him to do as well as he did last year? Portland Sun. I mean, Philip Lindsay. You see these guys. The first year wasn't just a fluke. And I'm expecting Noah Fant's first year not to be a fluke. Same thing with Drew Lock. So seeing these pieces in place that we can really say, okay, like this is the guy. This is one of the guys. Now we have something to build around versus every year it's like, we don't even know who our quarterback's going to be. We don't even know who our coach is going to be. So it's cool to be able to go into the draft and even free agency with that mindset of saying, okay, there are some clear areas that we need to build on. Man, otherwise, I am excited to see Drew Lock out there again. I think that's an easy answer, right? Everyone is saying that, but
the most popular comment by far. That's pretty. Yeah,
you can't ignore that comment though.
No, no.
That's how big it is.
Yeah, for sure.
His energy is super infectious. It's nice to have somebody that
Buzz
the
Lightyear.
guys are Buzz Lightyear, right?
Yeah.
That the guys are excited about, that our coach is excited about. That's so promising. It feels good to be like, we have a guy, and
they go into the offseason like not with like you're like, oh, do we have a guy? And then the guy is Trevor Siemian. And that's the guy you're getting excited about. It's nice to go into an offseason and actually have somebody like supremely talented at the position to get excited about.
Yeah, I think that's when you have that excitement, that sincere excitement. So I mean, that's why I think I'll be honest with all you guys watching. You've stuck with us through the first 3 years. We've been building Orange Weekly, and each of those 3 years have not been very good. Well, we've seen this last year. What happens to Broncos country as a whole when there's real excitement on, and it's genuine, it's sincere, and because there's so many good things happening that while the record didn't reflect it. Look, after we went 0-4, or the second, from there on out, we went 7-5 on the season. So I mean, that alone is improvement. And the last 5 games are the ones where we had Drew Lock. So there's momentum there too, and I think the guys really feel that. There's something to play for this year versus just let's play to not lose. Maybe we'll win. So there's just a lot of good things going on. I think it's based off the talent we have in the guys.
And somebody mentioned, some player, I can't remember who, maybe it was even Vic Fangio, just said that Drew Lock during the Kansas City game, despite all the conditions, despite how the team was playing, went over to the sideline and told the offense that he expected on the next possession that they were going to go and score every single possession. And that, he played, that was his worst game by far. But if he was able to go back to those guys and, not shy away from the fact that he was making mistakes, but say, we're going to get this together and we're going to go succeed next time. With a guy with as much talent as he does and that kind of intangibles, more often than not, with the work ethic that he has, that's going to lead to good things for your team.
Yeah, I mean that's so true. It was we could have and should have. It looked like just falling apart after the beginning of the season, and it was like picking up the pieces, and those guys just never gave up. And it seemed like that second win that we got when Locke finally got to play, those last 5 games, it was just incredible to see that coming together. And I hated people talking about like, oh, well, draft picks, we should just lose out. And it's like, what are you talking about, lose out? This is fucking football. No, that's not what we're going to do. Like,
Maybe the
go for it,
Dolphins, but not the Broncos.
It builds, yeah, well, hey, at least the Dolphins beat the Patriots.
Touche.
But it's like, it builds this momentum for this next year coming up, because if you go out losing it just to get a higher draft pick, then, you're starting off lower on the totem pole for next year.
Especially to the Raiders at home and your own house. No,
absolutely not. So I was glad to see that at the end of the season and that excitement. So I think that we have to build on. That is for sure, Kevin. Thanks for, bringing the lock up, because it's going to be great.
No. Let's see, kind of going back to this. Sorry, Young, I didn't mean to kind of push off your comment there. But you bring up a good point. Who do you think we should bring in at running back? He feels Royce Freeman is not the answer. So that is one area we haven't talked about. I mean, we know Philip Lindsay's guy, number one guy. But yeah, Royce Freeman wasn't always as consistent as, as we hoped he would be. So do we need to go out there and get another running back to supplement Philip Lindsay, or are we okay where we stand with those guys?
David?
Oh, sure, because, the report today actually came out that Mike Kliss just tweeted this today, that the Broncos are going to be at least kicking the tires of some free agent running backs. They already met with some guys like Cam Akers out of Georgia at the Combine. So they are looking to at least, maybe add a guy to that room. And Derrick Henry is going to be, obviously the big name that's not probably going to be going anywhere. He's probably going to get franchise tagged so that's the name that's going to be the big name at free agent running back. But that's probably not a realistic option for Denver. Guys like Kenyon Drake, Jordan Howard, that are free agents are probably a little bit more realistic as far as what we might be looking for. Jordan Howard is especially a guy who can catch the ball out of the backfield really, really well. We'll just have to kind of see it. It does look like, just from that rumor combined with the combine meetings that we know the Broncos had with some of the running backs coming out, they are looking to add another guy at that position to carry kind of a heavy load. I think they probably want to cut back on Philip Lindsay's overall carries. It's just, he had to get surgery on the wrist again after this offseason. He didn't lose any time because of it this season. But if it's an issue that's going to keep cropping up because of what they're asking him to do in the offense, they want to make sure they can find a way to preserve him as an offensive weapon for years to come, I think.
Thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think they definitely have to address it. And the other thing is, with a guy like Lindsay, who does become increasingly popular, we watched him get covered more and more. And that, so bringing a different guy in who can also work with that and, take a little bit off his load is going to preserve him and give us that depth. As far as Royce Freeman goes, I mean, he was kind of hit or miss. I felt like this season he kind of dropped the ball a little bit.
They didn't feel like, I feel like they just didn't think they could rely on him to sustain the run game in the same way that Philip Lindsay could. And that was a liability to the offense.
Yeah. So we'll see who they're talking to. I don't know if drafting a guy, but having young guys again, it might be smarter to look towards some veteran free agents and see what there is out there.
I think there needs to be a good mix. You can't just. You got to have that veteran support. I mean, we saw what happened with the quarterbacks. Both quarterbacks had never started in an NFL game before. You're like, well, this isn't good. You know what I mean? So I think that's something you just definitely got to take into account when you're trying to plan all this out. Is where do we want to spend the money? Where do we want people at, draft or agency to kind of build that team, right? So, Brian, cheers to you as well as you, man.
Another great thing is having all that cap space. We haven't had this kind of money to work with in a long time. So it's, that's going to give us a lot of opportunity to fill these spots that, we don't necessarily need the one, but we need the depth behind it. And, that money is going to make it happen.
And, I keep going back to the philosophy of building the defense through free agency and the offense through the draft this year. And it keeps making more sense to me because if you really think that Drew Lock is your guy, and at that point, with the names that we've mentioned over and over again, you're not a ton of young names away at important positions from having a really effective offense. Like, put a couple more offensive linemen in there and another marquee receiver and another guy at running back that you can count on, and you've got an offense that can hum for years to come, and you can go back to the well defensively next year's draft and, scoop up 3 or 4 guys with your first 5 or 6 picks on defense and then build a youth movement that way because you're set on offense for the next 5 or 10 years. So, like I said, and it really does, I think, point to the team philosophy that Drew Lock is our guy, which they've been saying all offseason. That shouldn't be a surprise to us by now. But it kind of backs that notion up with actions, not just with words.
Yeah, I love that. I'm 200% on board with that.
Yeah.
Those young guys on the offense, let them start working together, let them build that up. That defensive line, we could hodgepodge it together for this next year, and then start a build on that. Super Bowl, here we come.
Winning season first, and then maybe talk about wild card and stuff. If you're asking in the comments about if you think we're going to make the playoffs, I am purposely ignoring your question. I'm not talking about it. Maybe you guys want to. I am not even going to touch that one right now.
Too early.
Yeah, let's work on our team first in a winning season and building the momentum. But, I'm still going to be on board with these last few years of sucking our asses off.
Well, obviously, because you wouldn't be on the show with us. You wouldn't have hopped on and if you weren't still on board.
Right. Die hard for a reason.
Yeah. That's all of us. Let's see. Red Cloud says Antonio Brown. And then
No.
Exactly.
I don't even want that guy in the state of Colorado.
Yeah, can we just
no? Yeah.
How about no?
Yeah, gonna go with no.
Here's one. Do we think Vic will use Juwan Winfrey in the slot?
See, Juwan Winfrey was a guy who, based on his preseason play last year, I thought was going to get a little more playing time than he did. And we really only saw him on special teams. He was a game day inactive quite a bit. The team, brought Tim Patrick back from IR. He was one of their candidates that returned from IR. You're allowed to designate too. And they brought him back. So they really, at least the coaching staff, just felt like Juwan Winfrey wasn't ready to contribute to the Broncos last year. And he's a guy who, quick and really decisive route running. If he can put it together for this offense, I think he's a guy who really could help you. You just got to get out there at this point. You got to put it on tape on the practice field and in preseason that you can go out there and be an asset to the offense. I'd love to see him take a step forward because it would be good for the team to have another wide receiver. Even if we draft 1 or 2 guys this year, I'd love to see it happen. I just, got to go out and do it. Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to loop back around that playoff situation. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in our division this year. The Raiders are talking about maybe a quarterback switch. We know Phillip Rivers gone. I mean, it's going to be interesting. We're always going to have to compete with Kansas City, but they have a bunch of free agents too. So seeing what happens to their team. So our division, it's going to be up in the air. It's going to be interesting. I wouldn't put us out of the talk of playoffs, but it's pretty early. But I think it's interesting how much of a change we're going to see within our own division this year.
And I think you bring up a really good point about the Raiders too, because if there's anybody in this draft who has draft capital to go up for a quarterback that they're super in love with, and people aren't necessarily expecting it, it's John Gruden and the Raiders. They've got the Khalil Mack first round pick again. I think they've got, not as much ammunition as the Dolphins, but that's a team that I would not be surprised after the draft to hear they made a serious push to move up to number 3 and draft Tua and, sit him behind Derek Carr for a year, then ship Derek Carr out. That is just the kind of, John Gruden thing that everybody would say, we should have seen that coming because it's freaking John Gruden. To me, it could get really interesting because the Chargers are also going to need a new guy at quarterback. They might take a guy like Justin Herbert near the top of the draft. So it could be a very, very different looking landscape at that position in this division in the next year.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be fun to watch. We're not coming back to the same old division that we've been watching for the last few years. So it's going to be fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Before we start wrapping things up, guys, Ryan says, can I read non-stupid questions? To that I'll say, sure, Ryan, I'll ignore all of your questions then. Just kidding, dude. Just kidding. I had to. Keith thinks that Kansas City is going to lose some guys, so they may take a step back. I'm going to say maybe, but probably not. You guys are crazy.
Mahomes has to stay, healthy too. That guy is a machine, but I mean,
at a certain point, you're going to run up against that salary cap. You paid Sammy Watkins a buttload of money. He's going to have to either be cut or get traded. You want to keep Chris Jones. You're not going to be able to keep everybody at a certain point. It's just, they're in their window now. But, the next 5 years, that team could look very different. Yep. We'll just have to see.
Yep. Well, and I've never understood how the Patriots were able to, whatever black magic they were using to work the numbers in their favor. But
Tom Brady took less money is the easiest answer. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is going to take less money or not, because that guy deserves to be the highest paid quarterback and the highest paid player in the history of the NFL. Will he be? We'll see.
Look, I think this day and age, if somebody's going to offer you that much money, you need to take it. But we'll see. Okay, guys, let's kind of go around the room really quickly. We're getting to the end of the show. Once again, my name is Kev Dan. I'm here with Ayla and David. You guys are watching Bourbon, Broncos, No BS. This is the off-season, guys, so our shows are kind of sporadic. Watch for any pop-up alerts on our Facebook page or Twitter, Instagram, for when we're going to go live. We may do another one before we'll probably do one a little bit after free agency gets going so we can kind of recap some of the moves. We'll also do one before the draft, and after the draft, we'll also get the podcasts out then as well. So we are going to be kind of sort of busy during those big moments of the off season, but we're not going to really fully start back up the shows and everything until preseason. So watch out for that, guys. Just keep a watch on our Facebook page and our Twitter. Appreciate you guys all tuning in. We are going to go around the horn. So Ayla, once again, welcome to Orange Weekly and the team here. Super happy to have you on and all your football insights. So, I don't know.
It was super fun to be on for my first show here. I appreciate it. Anybody watching this that has an Instagram as well, trying to get that page a little built up. You guys will like it. We're getting that thing rolling. So come on, give us a follow on Instagram, and looking forward to see how the rest of this free agency plays out, and especially the draft coming up.
David, same thing to you, man. Thanks a lot, bud. Appreciate it.
One last thing to me, one last comment that I just saw from Travis. Are you guys going to Vegas for the draft? I just want to say, if you guys know of any sponsors that are looking to throw some money at what might look like a risky venture at first, I think they would be very surprised at what an outfit like ours could do with real money in Las Vegas with credentials. Just saying, I'd love to go, but it takes funding. So if you guys know anybody who's looking to throw away a few G's, hook it up.
We're
Because
here.
yeah, we would love to cover the draft for you live from Vegas. I can think of literally nothing I would rather be doing that weekend.
100%. If you guys didn't hear, though, really quickly, one of our announcements or big things we're going to be starting this next year, Dave and I are going to try our hand at calling a game probably once a month, if not twice.
It's going to go so bad. It's going to be great.
It's
gonna
supposed
be so
to go.
good.
Look, we're not professional announcers. We're just going to call it how we see it. And that way, if you guys don't want to listen to the TV announcers, you want to listen to us instead. Maybe you want to go back and forth because you can't decide who's worse. That's fine too. But we're going to try our hand at it and do that during the game. So, not every game.
I think when you guys do that game, I'm gonna volunteer to wear my cheerleading outfit, and I will be the Broncos cheerleader that game because I'm I might as well throw that in there.
People will at least watch. It's a good way to get, because man, I don't know if they're going to tune in for just Kevin and me. So
I mean, I could put on a cheerleader outfit. I could.
Okay.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, but I mean, with the beard and everything, yeah.
Scott says we need to do the London game with accents.
See, now that's actually right up my alley. I could definitely do that. We could.
I'm definitely not going to do the accent. I tried to do that on a TV show once, and it was terrible. So I still relive those YouTube comments. I'm definitely not going to do the accent.
Pour a couple of beers in me, and you'll see all kinds of accents are going to come out of me. So let's just see what happens.
Ryan says I ruined it. Sorry, Ryan. I apologize. Ryan does ask, could we have a special guest for the game? It's something we could consider. Yeah, man, we've got a lot of great ideas. So you guys are fantastic. Just watch out for some more of those announcements. But this stuff's fun, guys.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun. So, that being said, no other comments, guys?
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos.
Go Broncos. Guys, we'll see you around a little bit after free agency. Watch for that post. But thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you later.